Hello, everyone. Welcome to my immediate reaction of the 2019 WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It is a little bit after 10:30 on Sunday, October 6, 2019. I am, of course, Andy, the host of the Andy's Randomness YouTube channel. So we're going to get into a lot of what happened tonight. Going into the evening, we only had four announced matches that were on WWE.com. There were more matches announced during the pre-show, which started at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm not even going to get into the pre-show match because I think it's pathetic that they're even having a rematch of it tomorrow on Raw, which, again, I just want to strictly focus on the main card. I'm just shocked what happened with the ending, which we'll get into my theories on why I think it went that way in just a second. So with that being all said, let's get into 2019 Hell in a Cell. So first off, we led off with the Raw Women's Championship match. Sasha Banks taking on the man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has been on a tear since WrestleMania, and she still proves why she is the man. It was a very good match. Tools were used inside the cell. The match led off pretty much when Sasha Banks attacked Becky outside of the cell. The cell was lowering. They were able to get out last second, and the refs were able to get them in the cell. Becky, and the amazing thing about this ending was, and this is I think the best part of the whole night, was literally when Becky was able to make Sasha Banks tap out on a steel chair. That was interesting. I gotta admit, good writing right there. So, congrats to the man. I'm sure she's gonna stay on Raw because of this win. I mean, we'll see what happens with the draft starting on Friday on Fox. But yeah, other than that, I think Becky's still the man for a reason. Next up, we had a hyped-up tag team match. There was a last-minute stipulation with this match. So, Roman Reigns teamed up with the new Daniel Bryan to take on Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Of course, if you're not aware, Rowan was accused of purposely trying to end Roman Reigns' career. Daniel Bryan was dragged into this back in July. It's been going on since July, come to think of it. But here we are in October. The last minute stipulation was they turned this into a tornado tag team. Now, originally, this was supposed to be a regular, 2-on-2 tag team, tag in, tag out, but where a tornado match is, both men are allowed to be, in the ring at the same time, no tag in, no tag outs, no DQ. So pretty much there was no disqualification, so that made a lot of sense. So glad it went the way it did. Daniel Bryan hit the running knee. Roman Reigns hit the spear. So, very good moment at the end of this match where Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns actually had a hug in the middle of the ring. So, this is a good sign that I think they're going to turn Daniel Bryan into a good guy again, which I hope he is because I like to see Daniel Bryan as a good guy again. We'll see what happens, but more to come. And I'm hoping that, Daniel Bryan's going to stay on SmackDown because I can confirm, Meltzer has confirmed this in the long run. They are going to keep Roman Reigns on SmackDown. So no matter what, if you guys are expecting Roman to go back to Raw, that's not going to happen. Because I've been hearing that they're building up a match for Roman to face Brock Lesnar again. It's been rumored. Could happen, but we'll wait and see. And, Cain Velasquez, I don't even want to get into that. Next up, we had Randy Orton taking on Ali. So this was one of the matches announced during the pre-show. And, the way things ended up in this match, there was some offense from Ali, but remember, when you mess around with the three most destructive letters in sports entertainment, and that is, of course, Randy, Kyle, Orton. And I do feel bad for Randy that he's not the champion right now. And, it just feels odd in a way that every year we're always used to seeing Randy Orton holding some type of championship gold. And so far in 2019, he hasn't held any gold in the company this year. the last time he was champion, he had the United States Championship back in 2018. So I don't know what's up with that, but hey, Randy Orton's Randy Orton. I mean, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, but hey, Ali has some promise. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but we'll see what happens to Mr. Ali. Which, by the way, he used to go under the ring name Mustafa Ali, but they got rid of that. But it's whatever. So another added match was the Viking Raiders. And yes, folks, you are seeing this correctly. Braun Strowman was a surprise tag team member to face the OC of AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. And wouldn't you know, and I do apologize, we'll get back to that picture in just a second, they beat the living heck out of AJ Styles. AJ didn't see what was coming. So, good for the Viking Raiders, makes them, viable. I don't know what this does for Braun Strowman, but hey, I'm happy that something good came out of the Viking Raiders. They should have been on this card anyway, but it's whatever. So, staying in the women's division. In regards to, wait a minute, right, this is a bad transition. So we go back to the women's division, there we go. We had another added match on the pre-show, which was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, as Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross had to defend against the Kabuki Warriors of Kairi Sane and Asuka, and they got the job done. So, we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. About time, huh? About time. Now, another match was King Corbin. Another match against Chad Gable. Chad Gable got the job done. But there was a segment where Gable was doing an interview and Corbin attacked him backstage. So, I think they're going to continue with this storyline. But, listen, they have to fill this card somehow, some way, right? And you are looking at this correctly, folks. I couldn't watch the pay-per-view for a bit when I got a phone call to take, so I knew the Women's Championship match with SmackDown was starting. So, guess what, folks? Woo! I can't scream out loud because my parents are sleeping, but you are seeing this correctly, folks. Charlotte Flair is a 10-time champion. She defeated Bayley. Excellent. And, I'm glad they finally went through with it. They made Charlotte a 10-time champion. And hopefully this means Charlotte will be fighting every Friday night on Fox. So let's hope that this happens when the draft comes, starting on Friday on, of course, Fox. But hey, Charlotte is once in a lifetime, she's just like her dad. Same blood DNA, same characteristics. Again, I'm very happy for her, and her legacy is set in this company, in this business, in this industry. I think right now, when I look at all the female wrestlers of this whole decade, when you look at what Charlotte's done, she has to be the best female wrestler of the decade. I mean, when I look at the 2000s and when I said Trish Stratus was the best, well, I'm going to admit, beating Trish Stratus in August solidified her legacy. And Charlotte is just definitely... Charlotte's going to be around for a long time no matter what happens, but hey, listen, Charlotte is definitely going to be that face on SmackDown, so you need somebody on Friday nights. People are going to tune into Fox to see her, and I just hope that WWE will be able to average 2 to 3 million viewers on Fox every week, and this is a good start. So, and lastly, and this is what I need to talk to you all about. So, first of all, I had a problem with why they had to go with this red color for the final match. So, The Fiend, much anticipated match, Bray Wyatt taking on Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. So, this was a match where things weren't as expected. They were tools, they were everything going. So, the red light was just completely unnecessary, I feel. I'm going to say this right now. I actually had to turn off the color on my flat screen TV as I was watching the match. So, what really made it annoying was this red color. And maybe you haven't gotten to watch the pay-per-view tonight on WWE Network, but if you guys get to this part of the match, I would suggest if you do have a TV, you can hit menu and hit the color option and just turn off the color, because it was so annoying watching this red light. But, oh my God, there were tools used. The Fiend took advantage. You know what was amazing? I thought Seth was going to win, because Seth kept hitting so many curb stops, and he even hit a pedigree. And I literally had thought that Rollins was just going to pin The Fiend and win, but here's what happened. So at the end, Seth grabbed this toolbox, he grabbed the ladder, he grabbed the steel mallet that The Fiend used earlier in the match, and what really made this, interesting here was that I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now. So, first of all, if you're not aware what the Hell in a Cell match, so a Hell in a Cell match pretty much means no DQ, no disqualification, right? So Seth Rollins hits The Fiend with the mallet, and the ref calls for the bell. So, I know a couple of my fellow wrestling colleagues, Hop, Tax Slug, they were all predicting. I didn't predict this. I thought The Fiend was going to win just because, Fiend wins, whatever. And then maybe they're going to have a rematch at Crown Jewel. Because, again, first of all, they did announce the start time for Crown Jewel. And 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it's reasonable in a sense, because I'm going to have a talk with with a friend of mine. Thankfully, he has a smart TV, so I might try to catch the first hour of the pay-per-view at his house and then go back to my house and watch the rest that day. Because thankfully, I can just log in on his TV, so he won't mind. It's my account. But I don't know. What were they thinking? Seriously. That's how you end the match? But when I'm thinking about what happened afterwards, so afterwards, The Fiend put him in the mandible claw, and it was so disgusting what happened after. So The Fiend got up. The Fiend was pretty much lifeless because Seth kept curb stomping him. So pretty much The Fiend got up. They were going to put him in a gurney, right? The Fiend gets up and puts Rollins in the mandible claw. And yes, I will admit, many times in the match, The Fiend did hit Sister Abigail, of course, as expected. But what was completely disgusting at the end of the match, besides the ref pretty much making a dumb excuse for calling the bell on a no DQ match, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say something really disgusting, and you guys are going to really not like me to say this. And maybe when Grim uploads his video later tonight, which I would suggest to check out Grim Experience if you can, because he's going to probably have his reactions later tonight. But Seth was bleeding through his mouth. He was coughing up blood. The Fiend literally, with mandible claw, put his fist up Seth's mouth. So graphic. And I'm thinking to myself, number one, are they doing this because, they're trying to appeal fans away from AEW? Because remember, AEW is now a TV-14 show. So, was this a sign that WWE's trying to bring back TV-14? Which, in all due respect, they have to. I mean, think about it. Fox has TV-14 shows on their network. So it makes sense that you bring back TV-14. How are you going to compete with All Elite Wrestling if you don't have blood, if you don't have gore, if you don't have men, injuring themselves for entertainment? Hell, even the women do that nowadays. But was the blood really necessary, in my opinion, to present how I think real the storyline is? I would say yes. And I think what they're doing also is to appeal towards the Saudi Arabian demographic, because remember, Crown Jewel's taking place in Saudi Arabia, so that makes another reason why they want people to watch.